What up, what up, what up? Yo, I want to talk about two platforms, Etsy and Shopify, that basically the pros and the cons of both, and why you need to research or even just try both platforms in order to see, or in order to test your niche and see if you can get conversions and sales. And because it's very hard. So for example, let's talk about Etsy for a minute. Etsy is really, really good. They've blown up, after a long time. They've blown up after a while. People use them a ton. Matter of fact, I would probably say that maybe 70 to 80% of the, probably a little bit lower. I'm about to say maybe like 60% of people, once they get through shopping, or if they can't find what they're looking for on Amazon, usually they'll look at Etsy. Or if people are looking for custom work, they usually go to Etsy, because they know that a lot of things there are like handmade, customized, things like that, things of that nature. And so a lot of people will go to Etsy to shop. It's really, really big and common now. So the pluses about Etsy, if you have a niche, a specific niche, right, is that people are going onto that platform looking for specific things. So if you're doing like animal lover t-shirts, right, and mugs or whatever you want to do, you would generally have more success because people that are going onto the platform are specifically looking for that. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna type in, like animal t-shirts or dog shirts, and depending on what you're offering and how your SEO is, you'll have a good chance of maybe ranking on the first one or two pages. That's the positive, because you're gonna get seen, because they bring in a ton of people, right? So motherfuckers, dude, can I go? Jesus Christ. Oh man, I hate this place. But so Etsy is a really good platform because they already bring a ton of people, and there's already people more than likely looking into the niche that you are going for. And so you have I would say you would have a better chance of success and sales using Etsy. Now, downsides to Etsy. Depending on your niche, you may be, oh my God, what the fuck is going on, dude? This oh my God, there's a huge truck carrying freaking quartz and granite, and he's just driving like a maniac. But the downsides of, I would say, of Etsy, in my experience, is I feel like it's kind of wonky as far as how it promotes your products. Like, I feel like it's a little wonky because, look, for my niche, I pretty much dominate usually the first pages of like almost every keyword that you're looking for in my niche. My product is out there, which is why my product is selling a lot. You know what I mean? So, which is why my product sells a lot. But for example, when I will add new products, for some reason, even if I promote it, that product does not get a lot of views if it's new. And it's really frustrating because you're having a lot more success with these other products, and you just have to kind of hope that they take a look around, once they get to that, once they click on that one product, maybe they click on something else and they're like, oh, that's nice. Maybe after that they will search through and look for other stuff that you offer. But to me, that's a weird thing, because like, I feel like, I don't know, I kind of feel like you should almost have the advantage of them putting that stuff out there. But that's the algorithm, and and how Etsy goes about ranking your listings. So when you have a new listing, it's very, very hard to get noticed. Even if you got ads on, man. Even if you had ads, and it could be a little disheartening for people, especially starting out, because everybody has expectations, right? Everybody thinks, oh, I'm gonna get on there, I got these cool designs, and I'm gonna sell a lot. And usually it doesn't end up that way. That's just my 2 cents. Usually it doesn't end up that way, and it could take a while. Like for me, I started August 2019, and I think I didn't get my first sale until like December. And I'm not gonna lie, I was not very happy as far as I was not very happy as far as my expectations were crushed, basically. So but I kept at it, and a lot of people won't even stay in that long. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people won't stay in that long because they'll just get frustrated. They don't kind of know what to do, and they'll just give up. Now, the first sale is always going to be the hardest sale, but I guarantee you, it'll eventually get going. Most people, it's gonna take a while. You know what I mean? Some people are just gonna come out with something that everybody wants, like so strange. Like, I don't know, like some of these niches are very strange, and people buy a lot. So that's why I just say, it's kind of difficult to get started, because it's the reason why it's difficult to get started is because Etsy does some kind of weird thing where it takes a while for them to rank your listings. And the reason why it takes a while is because if your listing is not converting like quickly, Etsy will not really show it. They won't really put it out there as much because it's not converting. So you have to realize that as well, and you have to make those changes to whatever you're selling, to reflect and try to get better. Keyword research is key for Etsy and for anything, honestly, to tell you the truth, but especially Etsy. And you definitely need to use the right keywords and get a software that can help you with tags and keywords, because it's crucial, very, very crucial. But moving on to Shopify. Shopify is a great platform because you are essentially escaping the other platforms, like privacy, not necessarily privacy, but their rules, and what you can and cannot post, right? So for example, let's say, I have, you may have a t-shirt that is considered offensive. So, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird because I see it on Etsy all the time. They're so strange on what they allow and what they don't allow. You'll see shirts like Biden sucks with title in the title, or you'll see something like F Biden, and that's even in the title, and it's on the shirt, and it's like, considered offensive to some people, right? But for any reason, Etsy can just say, hey, we're taking this post down, or we're taking this listing down. And they could even say, hey, we're shutting your store down. For no reason. They can just shut it down. And a lot of people get frustrated with things that way, because it's it's kind of not fair of what they do. Also, as well as terrible customers who leave terrible reviews that aren't warranted, and or will lie to say that they didn't get the product, or they want a refund, all this stuff, if they open up a case on you. And Etsy, usually, I would say Etsy, about 98% of the time, will always side with the buyer. And it could be something very egregious, like somebody buys something, right? For example, somebody has bought for me, like I had one customer that had bought for me one time previously, and they left a 5-star review. They purchased another product, right? They got it on time. They actually got it before the time that they were expecting. and they left another 5-star review. Then 3 days later, they messaged me and said they want a refund because they didn't, or the product didn't meet their expectation. They already no. What they said is that the lady said that her husband had already bought one from me, or yeah, I think no, he didn't buy it from me, but she said her husband had already bought one. She didn't know, and she just wanted to go ahead and get her money back. And I'm like, well, I can't give you your money back because there's nothing technically wrong. You made a purchase, right? I gave you what you purchased and you left a 5-star review, and then 3 days later, now you want your money back. No. And I'm gonna go on to tell you what she did as well. I told her that I would give her her money back if she sent the product back. So she then went forward and said, okay, I bought a return label. After about a day, it updated and said that it was on its way back to me, right? So like me, like an idiot, given the benefit of the doubt, I went ahead and just issued the full refund because it was already on the way. When the mail got to me, they literally sent me an empty box with nothing in it. Once I contacted them again and called them out, they basically said, that's not true. We sent it back to you. And then they went on to open a case with Etsy saying that they never got their refund, or they got their refund, or that they weren't, I forgot what they had already opened the case saying they wanted a refund. And I did everything that Etsy asked for. Etsy asked for the shipping receipt. And one of the things that frustrated me was when they asked for that, I was just like, what do you mean you need a shipping receipt? You can just look on the freaking order on the invoice, and that gives you the damn tracking information and shows you that it was delivered. What else do you need from me? Oh, we need the receipt. Okay, I give them a receipt. Okay, well, you know, you need to figure this out with the buyer, you know, or we could be forced to issue them a refund forcefully on your account. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there shaking my head like, you're not even understanding what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this doesn't even make sense. And so basically, in the end, they forcefully gave her the refund. I told you earlier that I gave her the refund after she shipped it, but they shipped it out, and Etsy issued her the refund on my account against my will. And again, like I said, when I received the package, it wasn't in there. Etsy didn't give a shit, and we had to just move on from the situation. And you know, those are one of the things that will turn buyers off, man, or turn sellers off, is because Etsy does not have your back. They don't have your back. Now, they may have your back if you're selling, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of product, you know, maybe every month or something. But for generally, they always side with the buyer. And, you know, and that's terrible, because people can literally buy your shit, open up a case, get their refund, and you can do nothing about it. You can do nothing about it. It's sad. It's really, really sad. And it's abusive, because it really turns a lot of sellers off. You know, they do a lot of things that kind of upset people who are trying to sell. You know what I mean? And, you know, it kind of sucks. The other thing is that you got to deal with a lot of copycats, especially depending on your niche. You're going to deal with a lot of copycats. They're going to steal your stuff and try to resell it at a cheaper price to undercut you. And it's sad, man. But, you know, it happens everywhere, right? But on Shopify is great because, like I said, it's your own domain, it's your own web page, it's your own shit. You make your own rules, right? You don't have to abide by like rules like Etsy and stuff like that. You don't have to do that. And so it makes it a lot easier because you're literally in charge of what you can put out and things like that. Now, the downside to having your own website or having Shopify, the downside, right? Well, the good side is that you can do a crap ton of print on demand, or you can just do your own stuff as well if you make your own stuff. And they have a plethora of apps that you can use, and you're good to go. Downside to Shopify is, obviously you got to pay every month if you get the starter pack for like $35, right? That's kind of a bummer. So if you're just starting out, you're not going to really get any sales. The average person opening up their Shopify store is usually probably not going to get very many sales at first. And so, you may go a couple months, 3 months, 4 months, even up to 6 months without having a single sale, and yet you're still paying $35 a month to be able to host. Not only that, you also have to buy your domain name. And, usually you pay for that once a year. It's usually pretty cheap, depending on what kind of domain you're getting. So that's a little of a downside. The other downside, the major downside to having your own Shopify website is traffic. Your traffic is going to be dead, which means that you have to manually work to get ranked on Google, Bing, and whatever else. You're going to have to run ads or really crash social media with hashtags and relevant hashtags and things like that to get people to notice your product. You have to do that. You have to. Otherwise, you're not going to get any traffic. And that's the downside to having your own website, is that people think, oh, I'll just get my own website and sell. But what you don't understand is that you can't even be found. People can't even find you. You know what I'm saying? People can't even find you. Even if they got to type your entire store name in Google to even have you pop up, right? Typing in the type of products that you sell, it's probably not even gonna, you're not even gonna rank. And so, you have to send a lot of traffic there. Now, this kind of brings me into talking about different platforms that you can run ads on. Facebook, Google, using Google Ads. You got TikTok, Snapchat. There's another one that I saw that I was just like, oh, wow, I didn't know you can do that. But you're going to have to run ads. So, for example, I run ads on TikTok, and to test whether or not my niche will be successful on that platform. And, this is kind of going into another topic as far as, but it's connected to Shopify. So, I'm running ads on TikTok, and what I noticed right away, right, is that when you're running ads on TikTok, most people on the platform are not going to pay attention if you're running an ad with like a male, if you're male. I'm not going to put myself running my own ad. People generally on TikTok don't really care or pay attention to dudes on there. It's kind of weird, but the thing that I noticed after a few days of running ads with a male, advertising a shirt, I realized that it wasn't getting as much attention. Now, as soon as I switched and used a female to advertise my shirt, the clicks and everything go out of the roof. And I was just like, wow, because people pay more attention to women on that platform, it seems. I like it because it gives you hey, I had a lot of packages for you today.
That's all right.
Yeah. All right. Brutus, be quiet. Hush. So yeah, I noticed that, and it will give you traffic. Now, what I noticed after running those ads continuously for a week now is that it's really, really nice, because now the traffic is starting to come in, and come in pretty regularly. People are finding me. And so what I'm seeing is that the more ads you run, it's going to start getting your rank up on your website, and that's what you really, really need. Now, once you have your Shopify or something like that, once you have good traffic coming through, you're going to be better off, because now you can wait on kind of like conversions and stuff like that. Now, people have to understand that ads don't necessarily mean conversions. So you may get a lot of traffic, and if nobody's buying, you have to start trying to figure out why people are not buying, right? So that's another issue. That's another topic. But anyways, hopefully this helped a little bit. Got to get back in the house, get this dog in the house. Went to the vet today. He's doing pretty good. All right. Anyways, catch you in the next video. Peace.